Exec, el Exec. El Vele, el Vele, el Vele. El fenómeno que todos quieren ser. El chamaquito que no pueden entender.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to episode 162.5 of the Exec Talk podcast. I am your host, Alvarez. What's up? Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad to everybody. It's the 25th. Ho, ho, ho. Santa Claus is coming to town. He came and went. Now you just enjoy with your families. God bless you all. This episode is exclusively to just predict the NBA games and the two NFL games because I know I left that out of yesterday's episode. So without further ado, we're going to get to it. We're going to run through this. First, we're going to go through football, and then we're going to go through the basketball. So we got Chiefs Steelers in Pittsburgh. How cold is it going to be? Let's see. 38 degrees. It's at 1 o'clock. Looks like it's going to be sunny, so the weather's not going to be a problem. Chris Jones is going to play. DJ Humphries, the offensive tackle, is not playing. That's interesting. Jawan Taylor will play. Chamari Connor's out. Jack Cochran is on IR. Justin Fields is in. No Ben Skoranek. No Joey Porter Jr. That's big with Hollywood Brown. DeMarvin Leal, he's on IR. And Calvin Anderson, he's on IR, the tackle. George Pickens will play, so we have definitely gotten confirmed he's out of the injury report. So right now it's 55.4 Chiefs to 44.3 Steelers in matchup predictor about who's going to win. The spread is minus 2.5. I think that's a really good line for people that are trying to spread some little bit of bread on this. I might as well. I might do a parlay with the two football games and then the basketball games, but minus 2.5 is that's a good line, at least for ESPN bet. I usually go Hard Rock, but so listen, I think that this is where the Kansas City Chiefs just start waking up. I honestly think that, especially catching a reeling Steelers team off their loss against the Ravens this past weekend. I think that, I just think that Patrick is just getting into that groove. Now he has his number one receiver. Since he had to speed up the development of Xavier Worthy, his number two receiver. Now he's kind of getting up to speed, and he's using his speed in the right way. You still have Kelsey for those third downs. You have Pacheco with the run yards. You have Andy Reid, cooking. Spagnuolo, Chris Jones still there. You still got McDuffie, Bolton. The team is there to go after this. And I think they just kind of put it away. I think they put away the AFC number one seed by, just and the division. I think they just put it on ice after today. I can't see the Steelers somehow, especially in the fourth quarter, making enough offensive plays against this defense and then somehow stopping Patrick Mahomes. Now, not having DJ Humphries and whoever that's going to be, whether it's going to be Wanya Morris, whether they're going to move Joe Thuney back to the left tackle, whoever is facing TJ Watt just has to hold. They just have to hold. I mean, Patrick can move around the pocket and everything, but you don't want to subject him to more hits. So, and then they should be able to run the ball because, you still have Creed Humphrey in the middle versus Cameron Hayward. So we'll see how that goes. But I think that the Chiefs pull this out and lock up playoff positioning at the number one seed, and all roads go through Arrowhead to head to the Super Bowl in the AFC. Pittsburgh, then they'll fall to 10-6 potentially, and now they have to battle with the Ravens still to try to get that number. It would be the number. It'd be the number 3 seed because Buffalo is a number 2 seed, and be a 3 seed with the division. That's what they're looking at if they lose. If they win, I think that the division is almost basically theirs, barring any catastrophic collapse and stuff. But the people that are chasing him, the Ravens, are going at 4:30. These are both on Netflix. These are the first two Netflix aired games ever. So the fact that they picked Christmas Day is incredible. So you got Ravens Texans, okay? And listen, man, with no Tank Dell, they just signed Deontay Johnson off the street. I understand, off of waivers. I understand that, you know, I love that defense. I mean, I love that Texans defense is in Houston. I think CJ Stroud's going to battle, but I just think that they cannot, unless Joe Mixon goes for 150 plus 2 touchdowns and Nico goes bonkers on that secondary, which can happen, although they've played a little bit better as of late. It's a 6.5-point spread for the Ravens. You have Lamar on the other side. Listen, this is one of the hardest games to call, but because of the Tank Dell injury, if Tank Dell was on this team, then it'd be, I think, a different story, very more evenly matched. But since the Ravens, all they have to do is worry about Nico and kind of put Kyle Hamilton on an island with Schultz and shut that down. And then you have your linebackers to roam free, Roquan Smith to roam free for Joe Mixon. And you still got, Matabike, off the edge. So I think it's just, and then your exotic blitzes and everything. But I think that Baltimore's just too much. They're surging right now. Lamar's really going for this. They're not going for this MVP, but the way he's playing, it's like he wants the MVP. 6.5-point spread, I think it's a little much, but the Ravens are that type of team that likes to blow out people, and the Texans are just severely limited right now. The matchup predictor is 62.7 to 37.1. This is in Houston, so on the road. Zay is going to play. Jalen Armour-Davis is not. Tre'Davious White is playing. That's important. Justice Hill is not. Nelson Aguilar is not. Okay. So we're going to see more Isaiah Likely probably. Now that Nelson Aguilar is not there, just kind of like slotting into that other receiver role. Shaq Mason's out. Juice Scruggs is out. Fatukasi's out. Danico Autry's going to play, and Jimmy Ward is out. Yeah, it's just too many injuries. They're too hurt, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens here. Houston still, I think if we go to the standings, I think they already, or not yet actually, because I would have talked about it. Houston. Yeah, they already clinched the division, so it doesn't matter what happens really to Houston. So I think the Ravens are just gonna kind of impose their will, and impose their will, and Lamar have a good day, probably running. They'll stop Derek for a little bit, but then with third, fourth quarter, you know how he's gonna go. So, and I think Zay Flowers could have a good day, although Stingley will be with him. So maybe this is a Rashad Bateman game. Could be a Mark Andrews game, potentially, unless Christian Harris covers him, and it's a good matchup for them. Other than that, I think it's the Ravens. All right, now let's get to and then if the Ravens win and the Pittsburgh Steelers lose, then the Ravens go to 11-5. Pittsburgh would go to 10-6, and I believe that flips. Oh, Chris Jones is inactive today. Oh, that changes a little bit here. That changes. This just came down. Okay, so Chris Jones is inactive. Joey Porter Jr. is inactive, and George Pickens is active. So a calf injury to Chris Jones. This could be, this could be, that could be a game changer. But I'm not changing my pick because the Kansas City Chiefs find a way. Somebody's gonna step up. Somebody always steps up. If they don't, then they finally, reach what the breaking point, of like, okay, this is the limit of what we can sustain. I mean, Chris Jones is a Hall of Famer, so it's going to be tough. But if anybody can do it, it's the Chiefs. All right, let's go to basketball. Actually, tomorrow's Thursday. Let me predict for you guys the Thursday night game. It's Seahawks-Bears. I think the Seahawks are going to win. They're still chasing the Rams. It's a 3.5-point spread. It's 50 to 49.6. I mean, this is like splitting hairs here. I still think that Seattle just has a better offensive cohesion. can run the ball more with K-Walk and Charbonnet. Everybody's going to play for Chicago. Travis Homer, Elijah Hicks, Tevin Jenkins, Doug Kramer Jr., and Gervon Dexter Sr. And then Brady Russell's playing. Kenneth K-Walk is playing. Travis Gibson is not. Kayvon Wallace, IR. And Jarek Reed, IR. But I think the Seahawks are going to be fine. JSN is going to go nuts. Because, again, just like last week, they went against Amon-Ra and J-Mo. J-Mo went off. So, I think it's going to be one of those where, either they have JSN with Jalen Johnson and then Tyreek Stevenson gets cooked by DK Metcalf, or possibly Tyler Lockett. So that's what I'm thinking there. I'm thinking Seahawks over the Bears because the Bears need a lot of help on the coaching side. All right, let's get to the basketball so we get out of here and you guys can get on with your Christmas day. At 12, Spurs Knicks. To be honest, I think I'm going to go Knicks here. It's in New York. It's at Madison Square Garden. The spread is 8.5. Everybody's playing. Except Mitchell Robinson and Kevin McCullough Jr., so everybody's playing. Victor's going to play. This is the first time I think we see Victor on Christmas. If not, we saw him last year. It's going to be a good game just because it is Christmas, but I'm going with the Knicks. Timberwolves Mavericks. Dallas is a 5.5-point favorite, and versus Luka once again. The matchup that we saw in the Western Conference Finals. It's kind of I think Dallas gets it. I think Dallas has a little bit more maturity with Klay Thompson now on the squad. Still have Kyrie. I think Dallas can pull it off. But I would love Ant to go nuclear. That would be great. Celtics 76ers. I think the Celtics got this. It's an 8.5-point spread. Let's see here. KJ Martin's out. Game time decisions, Eric Gordon. Game time decision, Andrew Drummond. And Jared McCain is out. Yeah, Drew Holiday, game time decision, Derek White. And Jason Tatum, all game time decisions. I'm going with the Boston Celtics here. I don't think that there's much that the 76ers can do unless they go nuclear. Lakers Warriors at 8 o'clock on ABC. These are all on ABC and ESPN Family and Networks. Lakers Warriors at the Chase Center. One of the last times we'll ever see LeBron versus Curry on Christmas. LeBron is averaging almost 25 or 23. Steph is at 22. So they're not putting out that high output that they're, 28s and 29s and 30s. So you can tell that it's definitely coming to an end. They're still very much spry, but you can see it now in their numbers. So Jalen Hood-Schifino's out, Jackson Hayes is out, D'Angelo Russell's a game-time decision, Anthony Davis game-time decision, and even LeBron James is a game-time decision. Only game-time decision for the Warriors is Gary Payton II. I'm going to go with the Warriors. The Warriors are 76.7% chance on the matchup predictors, a 4.5-point spread. I'm gonna go with Curry with another flurry to beat the Lakers. And finally, Nuggets Suns. We got KD versus Jokic. Denver's a 2.5 points favorite right now. It's looking 57% to 43% for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray game time decision. Vlatko Kanchar out. He's out. Deron Holmes the second. He is OFS. Out for suspension, I guess. Connor Gillespie's out. Bull's out. Grayson Allen's out. And Devin Booker's out. Yeah, this is Denver. This is Denver all day. 2.5 point spread. Should be a little bit bigger because with no Devin Booker, you're going against a really smooth Denver team right now that's surging. If we look at the standings, Denver is 5. So, and you're facing them and you're out of it. You're 11. So I think overall, I think overall the Nuggets got that on the road. All right, guys, that's it. That's what I wanted to do. I love you guys. God bless you guys. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas to all of yours. Enjoy this time. God bless you guys. Remember the actual meaning that this wonderful holiday originates from. And I love you guys. Okay, I leave you all with the outro.